Alrighty. Let's go. Have that open still? Yes, I do. Okay, cool. Cool. Let's get into the PSA reveal. There's two of them actually. Oh shoot. I have too many computers on my desk. Okay. So let's dive in real quick. Hopefully the focus will be fine. And the lighting's probably going to be horrible, but I'm not going to be too worried about that right now. So we have two different submissions. They were both much smaller than the last time. And I haven't actually opened these yet. This one is still sealed. So let's get into the heavy one first. So I think we have about 43, 44 cards, something like that, this time around, between the two. So I'm going to dive right in. I did double check between the two to make sure that we don't have duplicates, so I don't mix them up. Although the serial numbers on them would reveal which one goes with which submission, in case we had duplicates between the two. And I'm very careful to not have duplicates in the same submission unless they're from the same person. Anyway, so these actually came in while I was on vacation, and I had my mail held, and they got delivered right as I got back. So I haven't seen these yet. Obviously, they were still sealed. This is going to be the first submission. Let me get them all out. Excuse me. I don't want the paperwork with my address on camera. That's one thing I like about it, is all the free bubble wrap. Okay, so here we go. This is going to be an interesting one for sure. And I think this was mostly just me and Mark in this submission. And then there were a couple other people in the other submission. These are Mark's. Let me adjust my camera so that I can actually, well, I can see them, so that you can see the cards. And hopefully the focus is good. So, yeah, there's a 1985 OPG, Mario Lemieux. That one came back a 6. It's not too bad. And Yzerman, that one came back a 4. That was the Yzerman is 1984 OPG. Those are both really cool. Those are not the coolest one in here though. Matt Sunden. I sent some of these out. I don't know if this was mine that I sent or Mark's in this submission, to be honest. But I'll figure it out, obviously, before I send them out. And then these were all from an estate. Sent out a bunch of Garbage Pail Kids from 1986. This is like a second series. Sticky Rick with the copyright. That one came back a 10. So that's pleasing that I got a 10 there. There's a lot of Garbage Pail. We'll get through these and then get to the other good stuff. Another one with copyright. This is Tatum Pole. That one came back a 9. These had a lot of nostalgia for me. Mark is Mark D. This one came back a 6 for some reason. I'm not really sure why we got a 6 on this. Maybe something with the surface. It looks well centered. Probably a corner ding that I missed or something like that. Ooh, I see it. So it looks like where it was cut. It's kind of hard to see. Right there. See where my thumb is? There's a little crease right there. So that'll damage it. Hey Eric, welcome. And then I had a 8 on this one, Bullseye Berry. I looked at the grades like a week and a half ago, and I've forgotten since then. So I was really hoping for 10s on all the Garbage Pail Kids stickers, but unfortunately they're not all going to be 10s. That one's a 9. Again, these are for the... I think these were all for the estate. That one's a 6. Dry Guy. Deadly Dudley, this is one of the classics. It's no Atom Bomb, but it's one of the cooler ones. That one's an 8. I'm going to rip through these fairly quickly, I think. Unzipped Zach got a 9. Hanky Panky, I got 2 of these. One got an 8 and the other got a 9. I'm going to save that for last. That's one of my ones that I had a lot of high hopes for. Jimmy Butler, that one's a 9. I think that might have been Mark's card, actually, not mine. Let's save that one for last too. Michael Jordan, that one came back a 7. I'm pretty sure that's one that I had sent out. And I'm not really sure why it's a 7. I had a bunch of these. I still do. And I thought this was one of the better ones. But maybe there's something I'm missing here. It looks well centered. The surface is pretty sharp. It looks like the corners are pretty sharp. So I'll have to take another look at that one. Look at that Verlander. 2005 Verlander. That one is a 9. PSA 9. Wade Boggs. 83 Fleers. So the other one has an 83 Wade Boggs as well, but it's a Topps. So no chance of mixing those up. That one came back a 9. Not horrible, I guess. Hyunjin Ryu, if I'm saying that right. That came back a 10 from 2013 Topps. Emerald. It's a nice 10. Good to see a 10 again after all those 9s. There's another 10. 2013 Topps Update Sonny Gray rookie. 10 on that. And then another one that I'm pretty sure I had sent out. And again, another 7. 1990 Pro Set Emmitt Smith. So that one got a 7 for some reason. And then this one, I think this might have been the one I sent. I remember finding one of these in the estate. And if this could be the one I sent out. Anyway, a 9 is not bad for that card. Kevin Garnett, 1995 Kevin Garnett. And then the last two that I did not show yet, we'll just put all these with all our other PSA in the back here. The last two that I didn't show yet, here's the one that I had really high hopes on because this in a high grade is pretty rare. So Tony Hawk, it's considered his rookie card and the rarest in a high grade, I think. 1990 Sports Illustrated for Kids, Tony Hawk. It came back a 6. I was really hoping for an 8 or a 9. A 10 would have been way too much, but I think this still goes for a decent amount, and a 6 even would probably be okay. Anyway, that one was mine. And then this is Mark's 1979 OPG Wayne Gretzky. This one came back a 3. It's in pretty rough shape, and this is about the best that he was going to hope for this. So if I understand correctly, he was pretty happy with this grade. On a 3 on that. That's not too bad. Yeah, we had a tough grader. This one, this Tony Hawk, I mean, they're perforated, right? And that's part of the card design is the perforation. So it's really hard to say what constitutes a perfect grade on a perforated card. Like, the corners have to be sharp, but there's still going to be a little fuzziness to them because they're perforated. I mean, it's just the way that is. So I guess I can be maybe glad that it didn't get a worse grade, being that it's a card torn out of a magazine. I'd hoped for better than a 6, but that's all right. I can live with a 6 on that. That was basically a found object, so I have a few of those that were found from estate purchases. And so they didn't, it's not like I went out and spent $50 on that card or whatever the market for an ungraded is, and then got burned on the grade or anything like that. So I'm okay with it. This one has a better mix of things, this submission. A couple more people submitting in this one. The last one was mostly, for the most part, it was, I guess it was largely Garbage Pail Kids cards. And I had a pretty good set. And I didn't send them all out, but I sent some of the ones that I thought would do the best. Anyway, let's start this one with another Sports Illustrated for Kids, since we were just talking about that. This one got a worse grade, a 4. This is Dan Marino, 1989 Sports Illustrated for Kids. Another one that's, if I recall, I would have sent this out because it's pretty rare to get a good grade on this. It's a decent looking card, though. I'm not really sure why it came back a 4, but I will investigate that a little further in my own time. And then we have a Dominic Hasek from 1991 Upper Deck. I have a bunch of these. Anyway, that came back a 10. That's one of those cards that you kind of have to get it back in a 10 to be happy with it. Let's dive into a Mike Trout. Second year Mike Trout Heritage. 2012 Heritage, Topps Heritage. This one came back an 8. I don't think that's what we were hoping for on this. It does look like it might be a little off center. And maybe that's why I got an 8. So an 8 on that Trout. Then we have a 2016 Bowman Prospects, Fernando Tatis first Bowman. That one also came back an 8. We had some fairly rough grades across the board on these. A couple of dimes, but also some pretty rough stuff. Ken Griffey Jr. from 89 Fleer. So that rookie came back a 9. Billy Ripken from the same set. This is the uncensored F-face error. FF error as it's commonly referred to in print. Anyway, that one came back an 8 as well. I'm looking at it wondering why it's an 8. It looks well centered. It might be like 55-45 at worst, but I don't know. I think we had a tough grader on both of these submissions, really. And then 89 Don Russ Griffey, that one came back an 8. Another 8. I feel like some of these maybe could have been a 9 at worst, but someone just said, yeah, let's give it an 8. This one I can see is off center. Like, I don't think I'd question an 8 on that one. 88 Topps Tom Glavine. And then here's a beautiful card. This was graded for a PC, mostly just to slab it. So a 6 isn't horrible. It's obviously very off-center, but it's one of those cards you have to have in your collection. 89 Upper Deck Ken Griffey Jr. The funny thing is they printed so many of these, but it still holds such a high value when it's in a high grade. Here's that other 83 Wade Boggs. This one's from Topps. Another one very clearly off-center. Came back a 5. But again, as I understand, this is a personal collection slab to hold forever kind of thing. A lot of these are actually. You guys just gonna climb up all over that stuff? Hold on a second, my cats want to climb all over, and I put stuff in their way. They're not having it. Okay. In my office I have a terrarium with a lizard, and the cats love to climb up there and look at it. And I put the the PSA graded card boxes right where they like to sit up there and look. Anyway, so this one, Frank Thomas, name on the front, so it's not the rare no name. That came back in 8. Here's another nice one to have in your collection. Derek Jeter, 93 draft pick. I think I have one of these, one or two of these, and the gold out still. Anyway, that one came back in 8. 94 Topps? 93 Topps. Why do I always think that's 94? Anyway, 91 Chipper Jones. A lot of kind of cool iconic cards to have in a collection. So even if they're an 8, pretty cool to have come back to you. Another 8. Someone just like giving out 8s. There's a 1990 Topps glossy rookies. Came back a 7. Ken Griffey Jr. This one's really cool. It's not LeBron, but I remember when LeBron was coming up, Dwayne Wade and LeBron were coming up like both as rookies to watch. And of course LeBron, no one could stop talking about him at the time. But this is a really cool card to have too. Especially coming back at 10, that's beautiful. Then another Michael Jordan. This is 89 Fleer. At least this one came back a 9. So that's not too bad. I always want to think that's a sticker because of the design at the bottom. Anyway. Good looking card. I think 9's fair on that. Another Michael Jordan from 89. This one's Hoops. The 89 Hoops. This got a 4. And I'm not really sure. Oh, this looks like it has water damage to it or something. The card at the top corner, top right corner has, it's a little warped. It's got some warping to it. And I don't know if that's some water damage or what that could be, but anyway, that would explain the 4, I think. That's probably where that 4 comes from. This is a really cool card, especially for this grade. This is really neat. I wish this was one I sent in. 1997 Metal Universe Kobe Bryant Championship. And that one came back a 9. These are really cool cards. I care about the values, but even if it's not worth a whole lot, this is the kind of card I like to collect. They're really fun to look at. And it's just so colorful in the back. It just pops. That's a beautiful card. I really like that one. Not mine, but I do like it. And then in 1992, Upper Deck Michael Jordan. That one came back in 8. And a 93 Upper Deck. Also an 8. This grader just loved to hand out 8s. Pulled the rug with the 4. Yeah, the 4 is rough. And then the last one is Jerome Bettis. I think I sent this one out. Came back in 8. There's a little bit of a fuzzy corner there. I don't remember if it was sent out that way. I'm not sure I would have sent it out if it had a corner that was very visibly top left corner. You can see it in the video. I don't think I would have sent that out if I saw that corner like that. Luckily, I do, for almost all my submissions, I take pictures before I send them, but that is it. That's all of them. Some of the ones that I sent out are going to be, actually, all the ones that I sent out for my own are going to be for sale. So feel free to inquire about them. And I have some more coming back as well. I got 3 10s and a 9, and the autograph was a sapphire Kevin Alcantara autograph that came back a 9, and I have 2 LaMelo Ball rookies that came back 10s. They're coming back; they're not back yet, but those got 10s. And oh, what was the 4th one I sent out? I can't even remember right now. Anyway, I'll show those. I'll do another super fast video. There's only 4 of them. I'll do another super fast video when those come in. Yeah. The JV, yeah. Yeah, I wish they were all 10s, but that's all right. There's some really cool cards in here. I did really enjoy like the Gretzky. That was cool to be able to send that out. You don't come across those very often. I think the only thing maybe cooler than that was being able to send out the 86 Fleer Jordan that I think also came back at 3. So, anyway, I'm going to kill the video for now, and we'll do another stream probably in about 2 days or so, maybe sometime this weekend when my other submission comes back. And we've got more of them coming back. There's a bunch of them from the last year or so that are starting to come back, so we'll see how they do. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you all later.